Hello and welcome to a new series by Mr. Pig. This is a Let's Build series. You will quickly notice I am in creative mode. See? I am in creative mode because we're going to just build, without any constraints at all. We're going to build some things that I just want to build. And I have come and found myself a nice little place here to start this build. We have this nice beautiful plains, this nice ravine here. There's some ocean, I think, that direction. There's something going on over there. And we have a nice, beautiful plains. We're kind of connected there. We do have to fix that because what we're going to build is we're going to build a medieval town and castle. And it's going to be pretty big, so I actually needed all that plain over there to do that. And I like the undulations of the hill because, well, if the town is flat, it's kind of boring. So with that in mind, this first episode is really going to be about building the area for the castle. So the castle is going to go. I'm going to extend this water through here, and we'll do that later. But I'm going to extend this water, and I'm going to hook it into the water over there. There's a river thing going on over there. If I pull up the map, you'll see that there's water up there that we're going to hook into. But we also want to create the feeling of some isolation. We want to make it so that if somebody's trying to attack our castle, they have to deal with all kinds of problems. And one of the things that we want them to deal with is having to climb up, because in any handbook of tactics, you always want to have the high ground. You want to force your opponents onto the low ground. So with that in mind, that cross sort of marks where I'm going to have the central part of the castle, or not the central part, but the entryway of the castle. I'm thinking if I cut right through here, if I cut right through here, so I'm going to kind of mark this out here, like that. We kind of go over here and we make use of that, kind of dodge through the trees here. So, there we go. And then somewhere right around here, like that. We'll kind of cut ourselves a ravine that wraps around that area. So we're going to have a pretty big area here, which is good because we're going to have a pretty big castle. Because we need a wizard's tower and we need all those good things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch my way through here, and that's of course the really boring part. I'm not doing any mining. I'm not saving anything. I'm just literally punching a cut right through, following my line of dirt monoliths. So we're going to go ahead and start punching our way through here. Get down faster. There we go. We're going to start punching our way through here, and we'll be back when we've got this big ravine cut and ready to roll. All right, so that was like an hour and a half of my life. I'm not going to get back anytime soon. So I've finished making the cut. It's actually, if I pull up the map, it's pretty obvious, the cut there. So we've made a sort of a circle around where we're going to build our castle. I haven't put any water in it. I will do that. But I made it deep enough. I think I'm going to make it one deeper just so it's a 2 deep water pool. But it goes all the way around. Did not know I had a cave back here, but we have a cave back here. It goes completely around here. Some of these trees I'm going to cut down so you can't hop by tree, but I don't know what that's doing. There we go. And then I've got this big pool over here for reasons of I don't know, because it's a good reason. Well, there's the rest of that cave. How about that? And then it just flows over here, and I went ahead and made the cut that's going to go back towards the water over there. So, hey, look, I have a slime. Oh, how about that? So now we have to get started on the castle itself. So I'm going to start by seeing what the height is over here. So we're height of 73. I want an equal height over here for coming in, because when you come in from your from town, I don't want to have a bridge that increases in height. So I want a uni-height bridge, and I think the bridge is going to come right through here. Let's go to some cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do we think? Do we think a 7 wide bridge? I think that would look nice. Nice 7 wide bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of the way, all you grass. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so a good 7 wide bridge. We're just going to kind of to rough in things so that we get an idea of how big we're going to be building here. And I think my castle walls. Now, when I've built castles before, I've built them relatively narrow, but this one, I think the walls themselves are going to be pretty thick. So I'm thinking we're going to make this maybe 3 wide for the walls, like that. Oop, like so. But now I've done that, and I'm going to actually, yeah, so the wall's going to be 3 wide, like that. But this, I think I'm going to have it come out to, that actually works as right up against there, yeah. Like that. There. So then our entryway is 7 wide. Do I want to do that, maybe? Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Put a little colonnade in the middle. Now, I'm not going to stay with cobblestone. I will switch to something else, but I'm just going to rough things in with cobblestone because it's easier than, yeah, it's just a common material, I guess. And overall, in this texture pack, it's not a bad material. So if we say that our wall is 3 wide, we're going to say our wall is like that. You think that's good? So if I'm a soldier, and I can even make this into like a doorway if I want. So if I'm a soldier, I've got plenty of room to run up and down here and shoot out of my little holes. That's not really going to stay, but you get the idea. Okay. So that works. Now, that slime is annoying. We've got these huge holes here, and that's kind of problematic. I really don't want to pile dirt up to make the corner building, and I'm going to go for a rounded tower. So let's just go down here. Dirt. Not quartz crystal, dirt. I was using TNT, so I ended up with a bunch of stuff in my inventory. Alright, so if I put the corner there, like so, is that what I want? And then, now you can, there is a circle template, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it at this point. Let's see, that's like so. Stop that. That, like that. Three, is that what I did over there? That's what I did over there. There. Get that out of the way. Now this is where I'm really wishing for a world edit to do this quickly, but it's not an option here. Now, does that look like a circle to you? No, it does not look like a circle. I might actually have to go get the circle template for all I know. There. Get that out of the way. Oop. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm... Ooh. Looking at it, I'm thinking I'm going to need this circle template. Well, I don't know. That actually looks kind of circular. Does it? Well, it would if I didn't have it looking derpy. Let's try that again. So this is really how I build, is just this. What do I feel like doing? What looks right? So it's hard to Hard to design. Let's see. Does that look like a circle? Ah, that looks like it. There we go. So there's our circle, and that actually works because that's 3 wide. And we're 3 wide on our... Well, no, we're not. Yeah, we are. We're 3 wide there. Now we will have to change our wall. Our wall is going to have to step in, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is... I think I'm just going to lay in some basic foundation just to make sure that I can get things where I want them to be. Alright, so let's bring this along here. Now I have to step in 2, so that's probably the perfect spot to step in. Yeah, we'll just kind of use that as our guide. So there, is that right? 2, 3, yep. And the nice thing is by doing it this way, it does appear on my map. So I can use, after I'm done with this, I can use the map as my guide that I did everything right. Yeah, so now when I pull up the map, despite my numbers being in the way there we go. We can see the outline of the castle starting to take shape, and I can use this as kind of a guide to make sure that I have everything lined up, and I think that looks really nice like that. Yeah. So now I just have to come off of here, and I think the walls of this, the walls of the moat, I'm going to end up going back and probably putting some cobblestone in or something like that, just to make them look more substantial, because right now it's just a pile of dirt. And that I don't think really works. I think I'm going to have a bridge here, but it's not going to be as substantial of a bridge. Let's see here. Oop. Fill that in. Pig, what are you doing? Silly, silly pig. Okay, so that, well, yeah, because we can just make this bridge 3 wide. Yeah, we'll do that. Now the easiest way for me to do this is just to run the bridge, the stone right across, like that. And then I can use that as a guide to make sure that I get things straightened out. Do this like so. And there? No, there. Well, I missed, but that's okay. You get the idea. Derp. Okay, so that... Good. Now I'll just make this step out. See if a guard is going to stand here. Maybe make this a little bit wider. Yeah, I got to replace all that, but that's okay. So that a guard would have a little vestibule. You could stand here and command what's going on. You know what? I don't like that. I want it to go one farther. That. Yeah, that's better. I like that better. So then I'll just put the identical unit on the opposite side, and then we continue along. So this is really what I'm going to be doing here, is I'm just using cobblestone to basically make lines on my map. And then we'll come back and switch over to the right material. I don't know what that material is going to be yet, but we'll switch over to another material. Now, if you think about a medieval town, the castle isn't necessarily by itself. There's usually multiple walls. So I think what we're going to do in here is we're going to have sort of like the Lord's district, or the rich district is going to be right here at the front. There's some water there, So we'll have the rich people kind of congregating here, and then we'll put the castle maybe back here on this. This is the tallest mound here. So I think I might put the castle back here in this general area. And we'll use this for sort of a garden or something. And then we have to build a town out there. So now we'll just we'll go into some high-speed video. I don't have my other viewpoint, so you're going to have to just deal with looking through my eyes during the high-speed video. Alright, so I'm just starting by continuing this wall. And I'm also deciding what I'm going to do about the corner here. So the corner, because of the way I cut in that area, I'm thinking I want to overhang with another circular tower. Now this will come back to bite me later, but I'm thinking that I want to create a nice little overhang, and it also creates an area where if I put the dungeon in there, then I'd have a place to dump bodies, basically. You also see me struggling again without the circle template. It does become at times a little bit difficult to get your circles looking exactly right. So I'm tearing it all back down and trying again from scratch to build the circle. I don't really want to fly over to the other tower area and check it out, which is going to be a mistake, but we try. And that does sort of look like a circle. Not really, but I thought it looked like a circle at the time. That looks worse. When in doubt, use the circle template. It's just easier. It saves you a lot of headache. Now you'll notice, and I didn't notice when I started this, when I go and start doing the walls again, they're not 3 apart. So there's not a 3 walkway in there, there's actually a 2 walkway. I didn't realize that until I was well and truly most of the way across, and then I went and looked at it and was like, oh great, I screwed that up. And I'm taking out these trees. At one point I was really considering getting a flint and tinder and just light them all on fire. Would have saved me some trouble. But I chose to just beat them down. Now here I was trying to decide if I wanted to build a back entrance, sort of like that side entrance. I decided against doing that, at least for now. And we're just linking up everything so that we can get the 2 halves together. Or the 2 parts anyway. And taking down the trees. Again, you know, the trees, it would have been so much easier if there was another way to take them down, but there isn't really. I was trying to also avoid a very large tree, but in the end I just ended up having to take this tree down. I sort of wanted to preserve it, but in the end I decided, you know, if I need another big giant tree, I can just get some bone meal and bone meal out another tree. Now here I'm building another tower, because I kind of thought here I'm going to have to transition to kind of a backwards facing tower, because I don't have a whole lot of room before I switch to before I have to roll back because of another tower, or because of the way I cut the ravine. There I finally saw that I'd screwed up the tower, and I went and looked at the other tower, and then I made a decision. I'm going to build a square tower because it saves me from having to deal with the circle template. Just my way of cheating myself around this problem that I was having. And I don't even manage to get that straightened up, and now it's tearing down in order to build the wall in the proper location. It would have been easier indeed to go ahead and construct the tower as it's going to sit, and not basically draw lines with cobblestone. But I actually have found that I make a lot of changes. I'm constantly altering the way parts of this look, so I didn't really want to build the towers up and then have to rebuild them all over again, especially when I don't have world edit where I can cut and paste. Now I decided to kind of stop working on the back there and come back and work on the front. And here's where I decided I'm going to build the... I decided I wanted to build another round tower, but I wasn't going to go all the way out with my round tower. And the reason was I kind of wanted to leave a large area there because it's a very narrow part of the ravine. And I'm thinking I'm going to widen that out and make it wider and more difficult to climb out of. So I wanted to go ahead and prep for that eventuality. And here I am trying to get my thing looking correct, my round tower looking proper. And then I screw up again, shockingly. So now I have to go back and fix what I've just done. Here I am thinking that knocking out the corners will fix the problem. It doesn't fix the problem. I don't know what I was thinking. Now what I really needed to do is just bring those out a little bit. There I go, finally fixing it. And that will solve the problem. There. It's a relatively simple procedure, but you just have to remember to do it. Now I decided I was going to build another round tower, kind of as a lookout tower here on the edge. And then I would hook it into the network of walkways that are going to populate our tower here. And I see how I built it right on the edge of the ravine. Now we're going to build another round tower, and this is going to be a transitionary tower. So this tower's purpose is to transition between what's coming from behind, sheep in the way, what's coming along the back area to the pathway that's going to lead to our other round tower there. And I chose round towers here because they just fit with the area. And there we go, making our part of our wall there. Now of course I don't have to fill this wall in completely. I could easily have left all of those little various holes. The problem is I have trouble sometimes visualizing things if I don't have them set up exactly how they're going to appear. So I just find it easier to go ahead and fill in those holes completely. So now I have to deal with the fact that this tower is actually off-centered. And it's off-centered because, well, that's what we needed to do. We don't want to overhang it too much. And I could pick up that tower and move it, but I didn't really want to pick up the tower and move it. Now here I realize that I've screwed up my round tower again. So now I'm just adjusting it. There we go. Now when you're doing these turn-ins or the zigzagging, yeah, you have to remember not to change the shape at exactly the same time. You have to offset the change in order to make it easy to walk through there. Now here I'm just creating a way for guards to get to that open area on the other side where I think the pigs and other animals are going to be hanging out. And here I'm looking at this and realizing I do have to make a connection between this, but I need these trees out of the way. So I knock out all the trees so that they will despawn. Alright, so now we have the basics of our castle. I did make some modifications to it. Obviously over there on the north side I've left a large area of dirt, but that's okay. I've got a plan for that. And I haven't really roughed in the castle, and the reason being, I started thinking about it, and I'm thinking I'm just going to put a giant castle right in the middle here. And so this isn't going to have any rich noble people in it. It's just going to be a giant castle. And then over here, when we cross the river, when I build the river, we will have the town, and the rich people will just be congregated close. So next we have to decide on material. And there's a couple different materials I've thought about. Now I could use, let's see if I can find it, stone slabs. It's used often. Now, the nice thing about stone slab, it has a very rich color. Let's get some light on the subject. Let's put it right on top. There. It has a very a lot of richness to it. especially when you compare it to cobblestone, of course. Let's get this crap out of here. Alright, and there we go. Alright, so we've got that. The other thing that we have is stone brick slabs. We have some stone brick slabs. Now those, I mean, they're not really different than stone brick itself. Just where is stone brick? There it is. It was around here somewhere. Stone brick. I mean, there's no real difference. It's a little bit easier to build like that, stack in the slabs. And we can also make finite changes easier. Now I can still, of course, do finite changes with the red power pack. I also can use cobblestone, basalt, salt brick. Now we also have basalt brick, which could be interesting because of its darkness. It's kind of very dark, dark color. We have mossy stone, of course. That we can use some mossy stone. I will probably use mossy stone here and there. There's mossy stone. Then if I go to the extra biomes, I think, yeah, red rock. We got red rock, which I think is an interesting color. Kind of looking to see what else there might be. I could do some chiseled brick. That might be interesting, but I don't think the entire building should be built out of chiseled brick. I think that would just look strange. What else do we have? We do have cracked stone. Where'd that go? Cracked stone. Now cracked stone might be an interesting... I don't think an entire wall out of cracked stone would be the best idea. What else do we have? I do have some... nether brick? No, I don't think we're going to do anything. We're not going to do nether brick. I could technically do concrete, but that's... no. Just no. I guess we technically do have regular brick, but I don't see very many castles made of regular brick. There is, I mean, we could build with sandstone. There's a sandstone slab, which really isn't any different than regular sandstone. So there's our options. We've got good old cobblestone. We've got stone slabs. We've got sandstone. We have sandstone slabs. We have stone brick slabs and stone brick. We have basalt brick. We have mossy cobblestone. We have regular brick. We have cracked stone. We've got chiseled stone, and we have red rock brick. So I think those are really the best options that we've got. We're going to have to probably have a sit and think about which one would be best. If you have some ideas, throw them down below. We'll see which one turns out to be the best. So until next time, this is Let's Build a Castle and Castle Town. And there is the layout of our castle so far. Until next time, it's been Dare Tubbers. Bye.